What's going on, people? It's your man the White B, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Clates Boxing for coming through and boosting up the coins. So, Canelo versus Scull. Listen, man, I said in my last video, this whole Riyadh season, Fatal Fury, it needs to be renamed. This card was Fatal Stinker. Yeah? And I've got to say a prayer now for all the lost spirits over the last weekend. Do you know how many people's spirit was lost and passed on to the next life from watching these whoppers? Overpaid whoppers. The lot of them. Tio Barboza, stinker. Garcia versus Romero, stinker. Haney versus Ramirez, stinky, stinky, stinky. Canelo versus Scull, stinkerlicious. Okay? That's where we're at now. We ain't doing no more of this other rubbish. Yeah, whoa. YB, we must respect them for getting... No, I ain't respecting nothing no more, man. I respect what you do when the bell goes. I could hop in there and stink. Anyone can do... Seriously, man, I believe that. Anyone can do that. It's like football. Anyone can kick a ball. Anyone can get in there and do nothing, man. Let's cut straight to the punch stats. In fact, let's talk about the fight. Listen. The commentators, they was glazing Carrot Top. Just sucking him off the whole way through. Oh, I've got one corny dude. Oh, I've got Canelo up the first six. Listen, man. Scull was bad. Canelo was... He's meant to be the hardest man alive. Pound for pound, number 20 million thousand of all time. The hardest man of all time is supposed to be. Okay? And I had this fight, I agree with the same judge. I had it 115, 113 to Canelo. But again, I can't really... It could have been a draw. Skull stinky. Okay, we get that. Carrot Top. Even there was times, yeah. Canelo will be getting close to the ropes. Skull... These outside fighters know what they're doing. They know you want to get them to the ropes. And as you get them there, they want to put you off. So, Canelo, get him to the ropes. Scull throw a jab, and Canelo do this thing where he kind of steps back. And then, in the meantime, once Canelo jumps back a step, Scull then resets and it's whole starting over again. The point is, yeah, at this level, when you know you've got someone running around the place, you don't step back, man. You stay right there. You got him at the ropes. When he jabs, beep, yeah, he jabs, you catch it here. You're not stepping. What's Canelo pulling back for? What's he pulling back for? Listen, early in the fight, when things are new and you're getting a read, we allowed it. Yeah? Whatever, okay, Canelo's getting a read of him. But at some point, you have to say, it's Hagler versus Hearns time. Yeah? Let me get on this guy who's moving. Right on him. No more backstep. No more. Yeah? $50 million this cat got paid, at least. Or around there, for sure. $50 million. I didn't see the effort. Yes, Scull was stinky. But the kind of, I'm getting on him. I don't care what slaps he's throwing. Now, the argument is, well, IB, you're not in there. So one of two things are true. Either Canelo shit himself and didn't want to get stuck in, or Skull's the hardest puncher alive and he might have caught him with one. That's what the new game is about. This new age game is like, if I get hit with one shot, I'm going to be spark out. That's how all these men fight. Rolly Romero was in there, Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia didn't want to fight. Rolly must have known that. You know that as a fighter when someone don't want to fight. And yet he's still boxing at Ryan Garcia's pace where there was no pace. Every single one of these... Devin Haney. Every single one of these fighters is scared to death to get hit with even one shot. Even Canelo. We know it, like I said. If Canelo wasn't scared to get hit with one shot, he'd have stuck his gloves here and just walked straight in. Right? So you've got to believe that Scull... I've watched old school man get hit with huge shots. All night, heavyweights, Holyfield versus Burt Cooper. You'll never have me believe that Scull hits harder than any of them, man, old school man. Right there. Taking big shots, no problem. No problem at all. Not the end of the world. It's only a punch. What's Scull gonna... Who's Scull ever knocked out with one punch? Canelo was scared to get hit with one shot. Way too focused on defense. Early in the fight, it's understandable. You're getting a read, you're not sure about the speed. But once you're in the fight... Again, I'm not in there with Canelo, so Canelo might have to tell you. Hey man, he has huge power and I didn't want to hit with nothing. But there's a building trend here. Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. He's supposed to be hard as nails, Tank Davis. Get in there, scared to death in there. Yeah? So I hate to break it to you, you man who think you know the game. I really do hate to break it to you. This is shit. Seriously. I'm not even just jumping on RYB, he loves to always be angry. No, I'm not doing that no more. I'm telling you the damn truth right now. These new age man, all of them, all of this generation are scared to death to even have one punch from a guy who can't punch. That's how it's looking. They're always looking for the back door. They're always looking for the defense. That's what it's like now. They're proper butts twitching. No one wants to say, you know what? Look at Chisora and Usyk. How can Chisora just get on Usyk? And he's washed up and old and was always B-levelish. He goes straight at him. Have a go. And he had some of the best rounds against Usyk in the heavyweight division as it happens. So have a go, man. Get on him. Whack him. And Usyk's got better feet than Scull. And yet Chisora at points was able to use overwhelming force or aggression to get Usyk on the ropes. And yeah, Chisora's sloppy, but if Chisora can do it with Usyk, Canelo could have done it with Scull, man. I'm coming straight in. Right on him. Chisora got hit with shots on the way in. How many times did he go down? None. From a heavyweight Usyk, okay? So if Canelo the pound for pound hardest man alive, if Chisora can go wading in against Usyk at heavyweight, and he's old and he's been knocked out a few times, Canelo with the best chin in the game or somewhere around there, why is he faffing around? Why is he second guessing? Why is he pulling out? I don't get it. We can excuse the early rounds, whatever, but later on into the fight, it's time to go to work. It's not throw your toys out the pram. It's not, oh, I'll just stand here doing the same thing and cry about it on DAZN. DAZN were just sucking him off. Oh, Canelo. Blaming Scull. Scull was bad. But we knew that. Canelo knew that. He's got a hard style. We know that already. That's not the point. Scull isn't the pound for pound champion. Scull wasn't the 20-1 favourite. I think it was 30-1 actually. Scull was not the 30-1 favourite. All due respect. And if that had been another fighter, that's what I don't like. If it hadn't been Canelo, and all you saw was a man standing there, not Liam Smith. I need to find them Liam Smith versus McKenna punch stats. I think Liam Smith threw more than Canelo. And that cat there, McKenna, was tricky as well. He was really doing the most. And he looked like he had relative power. When McKenna was boxing up Smith, McKenna was the better fighter, if that makes sense. And he was proper getting boxed up. How many... Canelo looked like Liam Smith, man. In there. And it's a shame Scull really didn't do some more. Scull, this is the problem. When you come in a 30-1 underdog, if you don't have the right mentality, it's like a victory if you're in the fight. I had it 115, 113. And that was... who knows, man? Seriously. If Scull had a little bit more... If Scull wasn't New Age himself, if Scull had come to win with that style he had, he might have won. Seriously. He might have won. He turned up happy for the payday, happy to lose on points, happy not to get knocked out, and happy not to get hit much. If he'd have actually upped it and gone in there a bit like Bivol did, I'm not saying Skull's as good as Bivol, but you get the point. There's elements there. I'm not sure if he took a little bit more if Scull had took a little bit more risk. There's no telling he might have actually genuinely won that fight. I had it 115, 113 as it was. Yeah? Canelo looked like Liam Smith in there, just standing there, doing nothing, waiting, trying to counter-puncher. Get on him, man. Bet on your power. The whole point of being Canelo is, I know I can hit harder than everyone else. I know I can hit harder than this Cuban dude who's faffing around and dancing around. You can't get no power dancing around. So I'm coming in like this, straightforward, and I'm putting something on him right now. No back steps. Seriously, no back step. Back step for what, man? That's his job. That's Skull's job to go backwards. Why are you pulling out? He's like, here, step back, reset. Why? I don't get it. Yeah? The catch and move forward. Don't have to always be moving your feet when you're in there with someone who's moving their feet. And I wouldn't mind if Canelo was having massive success doing what he was doing, but he wasn't, and it was time to change up the tempo. It was time to say, okay, what I'm doing isn't working. Now it's time to go beat your Normandy. Yeah, that's what Canelo needs to do to differentiate himself. But the problem is, when you're the A-side like Canelo, when you've got DAZN sucking you off, and giving you every round even though you're not doing nothing. You think, well, any fight that goes to points, if it's a bit... any fight, that Canelo's won 4 rounds in, he's winning. So he thinks, well, I'm winning about 4 rounds now, so I'll just plod on. No passion, no pride. It's like... And that's why I bet you can say YB, what do you know? Listen, people, look. I hit a lick. I put $5 down on Canelo and Scull to go the distance, and we got paid out a tenner. Yeah? Canelo don't want to fight. He just don't. I saw it with Bivol. He don't really want to get stuck in and fill someone in. He just don't. He's happy just to get in there, stink the place out, and hop out and make 50 mil. That fight, that was $100,000 a piece fight for me, tops. So, and even that, I mean, that would be somewhat... I mean, $100,000 really for that? I mean, that's a 5 to show and a 5 to win on the UFC. If Dana White put this at the bottom of a pay-per-view card, he'd have been disgraced. And if Canelo versus Scull was at the bottom of a UFC pay-per-view card, their man would never fight again at the UFC. Not for 1,000 years would they fight at the UFC. That's the truth. Nothing to do with Scull. Yeah? Because unfortunately for you dudes who think you're doing something, Canelo, I've seen Hagler Hearns. And that was with Hearns in there. Hearns is a big puncher, pound for pound. Scull ain't. Scull ain't stop no one. He got a 20% KO ratio. He can't punch at all. Why are you faffing around with a guy who can't punch? Seriously. Let's have a look at this cat here. 39% KO ratio. That's low even if you're fighting good fighters. He's been fighting stiflers. Yeah? Scull has decision wins with no knockdowns against people who have no stars on BoxRec 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he fought Abel Nicholas Adriel, who was 26 and 25. 26 wins, 25 losses. Scull fought this guy 2 years ago, and he got a unanimous decision, no knockdowns. The guy has 0 stars on BoxRec. He then fights Christian Fabian Rios, who is 23 and 18, who had lost his last 5. And Scull wins by points and no knockdowns. Okay? This guy can't punch, man. No back steps. Seriously, we ain't going back. You can't punch. What am I going back for? Back for what? I'm the puncher. You're getting it. Simple as that. Back steps or what? YB, you don't understand the science. It sucked. Is the science. You go right at them when they can't punch. What's the point of having power? What's the point being hard? What's the point of having your hands up if you're not going to go right at them and walk right into them? Canelo was almost boxing Skull's fight. It was like mid-range, no commitment, no like, I'm getting right on you, man. I'm walking right at you like you've never seen before. Pure pace, nothing, 100%. This guy can't punch, man, at all. Against plumbers, he can't punch, is the truth here. Okay? Complete plumbers. Let's have a look at this Christian Fabian Rios guy. He's been knocked out before as well, by the way. So Scull can't knock the guy out. Other people knocked him out. Oh my god. The other guy, Scull went 8 rounds decision with. Yeah? He's been knocked out 6 times. So Scull goes points with him over 8 rounds. And this guy's been knocked out 6 times, people. Okay? Against nobodies. So, seriously. After round 1, I'm not even sure Canelo should have been having a look in round 1. But after round 1, he should have... listen, I think Canelo's shot. He's certainly peaked. Because now he seems to be scared. Ever since Bivol popped his balloon up for him, he seems to be treating everyone with loads of respect. He's like... he's got PTSD, it seems to me. He's scared to death of everyone now. Even people who can't punch with toffee, it's like he respects their power, almost. He plods, and... to the unwashed masses who don't know what they're looking at, it looks like he's pressuring. He's not pressuring, man. He'll pressure him to the point where it matters. Yeah? He'll get you about a step out, and then he'll stop, and then Scull will jab, and then he'll be like, ooh, I've pulled back now, so I'll reset. Yeah? Pressure fighting is taking that step that matters, Conor Ben, as well. Yeah? It's not... oh, I'm a step out of range, or herk and jerk, and make it like I'm doing something to the unwashed who don't know what they're looking at. Because people don't know what they're looking at, no. Tony Sims even said, you're a foot out. It's fake what you're doing. Serious pressure fighting is a propensity to take the step that matters, to put you in range. Yeah? That's what pressure fighting is. It's not doing the, like, Canelo was doing the 90% that doesn't matter. Yeah? From the middle of the ring to 90% there. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Means nothing. It's that extra step where you come right in, time and time again. That's when it counts. Canelo didn't want to do it. He didn't want to pull the trigger, man. He didn't want to pull the trigger. And even, to be honest, when you watch the Bivol fight, before the fight that broke him, Bivol, if you watch that, he actually got Bivol on the ropes a few times. He'd come in, double jab in, left hook. With Scull, there was no pop, whap. He was just like waiting, and Scull would do something and they'd reset again. He's lost that. He lost that step. End of the day. Now, I don't know. Now, unless you stand right in front of him, honestly, at this point, I hate to say it, but at this point, I'm not sure. Like, if this Canelo fought Billy Joe, it might be a close fight. If that makes sense. Seriously, if this one, I've just seen it with Scull, for example. If Scull can get 115, 113, he's bigger than Billy Joe. But you see the point. It could be a damn close fight. Crazy. Now, let's move on now to the punch stats, which are important. Because we all roasted Devin Haney yesterday. Hear this here. Look, I talked about yesterday's video, but I'll go over it quickly again because it's relevant. Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez set unwanted record in worst fight of the year. And the record was the lowest punch output of all time. Yeah? And their man output... Where is it? Where's the actual title? Okay, but anyway, the punch output was this. Here's the Haney output. Haney and Ramirez actually output over 500 punches between them. And even Haney, who had the lower output, was 224. So remember this. Haney threw 224. Totally, they threw 503 punches. Yeah? 2 twos. Now let's look at Canelo's punch stats. Canelo's punch stats are the following. Canelo threw 152 punches, man. And he landed 56. So he landed less than Devin Haney. And he threw about 33% or 35% less than Devin Haney. So he's landed, 15% less than Haney? Or 20% less than Haney? And he's threw 35% less than Haney. That's Canelo for you. Yeah? And this fight also set the record. I think this is the out-and-out record for the lowest punches thrown of all time. Bear in mind, Haney and Ramirez together threw 503. These two clowns threw 400 and about 48. 448 punches. 445, something like that, man. Yeah? 293 plus 152. So 145. 445. Scull and Alvarez threw 50 less punches than the record set for the lowest punches of all time by Haney and Ramirez. Wow. This is Canelo. I'll tell you who did pressure fighting well. Yeah? Hagler Hearns. De La Hoya versus Floyd. Come on. Floyd's got better feet than Scull. He's a better boxer than Scull. De La Hoya, watch them early rounds until De La Hoya got tired. De La Hoya came right at him. Do you get the point now, people? Don't tell me about listen, you man, yeah? Anyone who ain't telling you this don't know shit about boxing, seriously, man. Washed up De La Hoya. Went straight at Floyd. Prime Floyd. 2007. Went right at him. No messing around. No standing there. Ooh. Always threw a jab, so I'll pull back now and reset. De La Hoya went right at him. Head down, and I'm coming in. Beat you normally. That's what De La Hoya did against Floyd until he got tired. And even then, when he got tired, he lost that step because he was knackered, but he was still having a go. Yeah? That's what you do with someone moving. Right at them. No problems at all. Canelo, he's a knock. I've always said this. He's knockoff Mexican style. He's not real Mexican style. De La Hoya versus Floyd. That's real Mexican style. Having a go, man. Not shitting yourself to take that step that matters. Canelo's new age, soy boy, Mexican style. He don't really want to have a scrap. Yes. If he did, he'd have had a scrap with Bivol. He didn't want to scrap with Bivol. He was crying in there. He's never been real Mexican style, sorry. He's new age Mexican style / new age soy boy. That's the truth. Yeah? Watch them fights. Don't take my word for it. Watch De La Hoya versus Floyd. Came right at him. Stop playing. Watch Hagler versus Hearns. Came right at him. And these man Hearns and Floyd are much higher level than Scull is. So you go right at them if you're serious about what you're doing. Now, if you're just robbing a living and thinking, I can win 4 rounds here, and I'll definitely get the win. I think Canelo probably won 6-7 rounds, but still, they were barely. There was nothing in them. Look, watch this here, people. How shocking is this? Canelo in the first round threw 4 punches. Okay? He threw 4 punches and landed none. Scull threw 20 punches and landed 1. So by default, oops. All the DAZN set who saying, I had Canelo winning the first 7 of the... No, I had Canelo winning 8 of the first 4 rounds. Scull won the first round off the rip. He landed 1 shot that Canelo didn't land none. There's 1 round for Scull. In the next round, Canelo throws 13 shots. The next round, he throws 9 shots. Canelo's averaging like 10 shots a round. Throwing. Never mind landing. Pressure fighters, Mexican style pressure fighters are renowned. They're letting their hands go, having a go. This is something else. I don't know what this is. It's almost like Turkey's done it on purpose. He's told these man, yeah, make sure you stink the place out, man. Most likely, unfortunately, Turkey bringing more money in is created bigger disincentives. That's what the evidence is showing up now. Devin Haney was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe how much Turkey give me. Oops, he puts on his stinkiest performance. Canelo's no doubt making his biggest money. And I'm not being funny here. At this point, I hate to say it, but I'm thinking about Jake Paul and Canelo. Like, Jake Paul's big and he likes to run around. Oops. Do you know what I mean? It's looking at, I hate to say it here, but it's looking like if Canelo waits another 4 years to make this fight, it could be like, oh, seriously. It could be like, oh. Because Jake Paul's going to be 210 pounds in there. And he likes to run around like Scull, really. It's a bit like Scull, if I'm honest. Canelo's going to be tiny. The range, even Floyd struggled with. Logan Paul. Just too big, he couldn't get him. Gets to a point where you can be as good as you want. If you're just too big, Floyd said himself in the corner. He said, he's too big, I can't get to him. And off this performance, Jake Paul with a range, if he's just slapping him and Canelo's stepping back and not wanting to get stuck in, it could go left for Canelo in another 4 years. He's already washed up now, clearly. If you can't throw 4 punches against Scull in the round 1, fake Paul, another 50 pounds or 30 pounds heavier and a lot taller, he's like 6'2" or something. Alvarez might get... Seriously, man, I hate to say it, but that's how it's looking from what I saw. Seriously. He's looking kind of peak right now. In 2 years' time for Alvarez versus fake Paul. As sad as that is to say, after seeing that, wow. If you're scared of Scull's power, a 268 pounder who can't punch. Jake Paul can't punch either, but at the end of the day, he's a 210 pound trained man. If you're cacking your pants on Scull, I don't know. I hate to, listen, man. Do you know what I mean? I've been saying, can I whoop him up? I'm telling the truth right now. It's looking like it might go left for Carrot Top. Seriously. Another 2 years of washed upness. He can't pull the trigger now. He can't get on him now. He can't take that step now. Scull. What's Scull doing here? Scull. Yeah, Scull's output was low as well. I mean, it was a stinky fight, man. But Canelo's is what... Listen, you're the A-side, man. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this was the fewest in a 12-round fight in CompuBox history. Canelo landed 5 punches per round on average. Canelo's average is 5 punches landed for a Mexican style, allegedly, pressure fighter. 5 punches per round, people. 5. For $50 million. Canelo literally, people. Listen, people, listen right now. Canelo landed in this fight 56 punches, okay? Let's assume he got paid about 56 million. He got paid $1 million per punch he landed. And he got paid 300 grand per punch he threw. I'll take some of that, man. I'll get in there. For sure. And do that. I hate to say it, yeah, but I could get in there and do what Canelo did. Just stand there, throw no punches. Who can't do that? Throw no punches, take a step back, look like you're doing something, take a step back. Look like you're doing something, take a step back. It's shoddy, and it was the fatal stinker. Turkey needs to sort this out, because right now, I mean, he was on his phone the whole weekend, bored out of his head. All the masses were on their phone. No one was interested. I watched it this morning at 1.25 speed. Canelo. I watched the Bacoli stinker at normal speed and thought I can't got time to waste my whole day watching this rubbish. I put this on, stink the place out. Yeah. All these fights have been dead. All these men are scared to death to get stuck in. Every single one. I can't think who actually came to fight. Seriously. Don't tell me Rolly Romero either. He didn't really. Listen, again, you man might think you know what you're looking at. You don't. Ryan Garcia was fish food. When you're sparring someone or fighting someone, you know when they don't want to fight. Rolly, he must have smelt he don't want to fight. But even then, he didn't want to say, people, if an old school man got in there with someone who didn't want to fight, they'd have a big boner and they'd give it to them. Does that make sense? They'd think, oh, I can tell this guy don't really want to fight. He's getting it now. I've broke him, if that makes sense. For example, you put someone in there with Mike Tyson when they don't want to fight. That, you know what I mean? See that one there? It's like you put Mike Tyson in there with Spinks or Burbick who don't really want to be in there and they're scared. He smells it and he puts it straight on them. People who beat Mike were people who were ready to fight back. Back in the day, it was standard. Back in the day, yeah, if someone got in the ring and didn't really want to be there, they were fish food to the old school man. The good fights came when both men wanted to be in there. So Rolly Romero should have smelt that and smoked him, walked straight onto him and whacked him. He was boxing at... Come on, man. That was dead as well. They was all dead. They was all stinkers. The whole weekend. I can't think of one good fight, to be honest. Not one, unfortunately. Not one top-level fight was half good. Not one... You wouldn't even half think about ever watching any of these rubbish ones again. What else we got to do here? I thought it was someone else. So we've done the CompuBox situation. Yeah, Turkey's got to... He's got to tighten this situation up, man. He's got to bring incentives in. I think they announced Canelo versus Crawford here. And you know what? At this point, I've got some money on Canelo. But at this point, honestly, man, if at this point, I don't know, man. If Canelo can't take that half step, Crawford's quick, yeah, and he can inside fight. He might, you know what I mean? If Canelo's struggling to take that inside step against Scull, you know what I mean? I got it 50-50 right now, to be honest. This could go either way. I'll back Canelo, but you know I'm not gonna be shocked at all if he gets boxed up. I think I might hedge. I might hedge Crawford on points. That's what I might do. Also, and then again, I think Turkey likes Crawford. I think Turkey will back Crawford to win, if anything. I think he likes the idea of that. Him being Crawford being the star for some reason. But yeah. Yeah, I think there was a question probably a year ago, oh, has Canelo peaked? That's not even in the question now. I think we've seen a significant decline. Seriously, a significant decline in Canelo. He peaked around before the Bivol loss. I think his peak was. He's not the same. And or he's fought runners before though. He fought Billy Joe wasn't really running though. I'm trying to think of examples. Lara, he had a hard fight with Lara. That was some people think Lara won. Anyway. Oh, Canelo tells Crawford, "Don't fight me like Scull." Jesus, Canelo's just whining and complaining. Oh, don't do this. Listen, man. When De La Hoya said to Floyd, "Oh, don't look." Canelo says here. Canelo tells Terence Crawford, "Don't fight me like Scull." It's your job, man. De La Hoya knew what he was doing. Yeah, when he fought Floyd, he came right at him. And that, in fact, that's a great example. Canelo's never been Mexican style. Yeah, the reason Floyd had a split decision, and I believe he lost a fight against De La Hoya, but whatever. The fact is, Floyd versus De La Hoya was spark close. Canelo then fights De La Hoya, and guess what? Gets his head boxed off. Sorry, Canelo fights Floyd and gets his head boxed off. Canelo's never really been Mexican style. He's never really been, I'll take a shot to give a shot. He's been like, a counter puncher, fake pressure fighter type thing. That's why he got completely schooled by Floyd. Even the old washed up De La Hoya stuck it right on him. And that's why De La Hoya thought Canelo could win. He thought, well, you're younger and you've got more power punch. You know what I mean? But Canelo's never been one to get stuck in. Just hasn't. Annoying. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like for the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one. People stop it. Bye.